All right, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Becca. Good morning, Sheila. Good morning, Marty. Safe, good morning. Marty, what did you say? You got what? Right now, what we're looking at, I mean, we had this trade early on. Oh, the same trade that I got? Oh, good for you, man. Good, 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 good. I mean, let's talk about it for just a second here. So I got into three contracts, sold two for about 40 points per contract on two of them, and I left one for target number four, and that's an additional from 40 to 80, another 40 points on that one. So that's an 80 points plus 80, 160 points on that whole trade. The rationale behind it is a very, very simple rationale. Captain set up switch trade on the 100 NT Rinko. That's what it was. And once I saw that, I was like, we at least should be getting 1 to 2 candles. And it just kept going. And I just kept following the trade. And that was the one and done for the day. Big Money Friday. All right, so what is the market doing right now? The market is in sync on the short side all of a sudden, and then you got yourself a captain set up, a retest of harmony zone number two, a pullback that puts the market in a short mode, and we may end up retesting the whole number 200 here in a second. All right. So we're getting a rejection of harmony zone number one. I mean, I see that the market just kind of flipped over here. The bottom end of the opening range is under 150. All right, so we're getting a lot of volatility here, guys. So just gonna be careful. Now they're flipping it back in, making a double bottom. Then the next target in this rotation is 265. Pullbacks are viable on a swing trade basis. Considering that the overall trend is short, then we just need to kind of be careful how we approach this pullback. I mean, you could see the pullbacks are deeper with bigger rotations and more volatility. Testing harmony zone number two. So the longs need to hold on to this and break above 220 in order for a signal to trigger. All right, baby. Let's see. Let's see it. Let's see. Yeah, they're trying to defend it, but I mean the pressure is real around these levels here. All right. So and this is an important idea here. So we're about to close the ORB range of 15 minutes. So a lot of traders are going to have this bottom at 151 and the top of 291 as a fading area or a breakout breakdown area, depending on how the market is approaching it. So, if we start selling into this area and then we flip back up, then we need to kind of watch out for a fade back into the 222. And same thing if we hit that 291 and a failure. So yeah, the market is in sync on the short side right now, so there's a good chance that we will see that 151. Here you go. That's an interesting behavior right there, because they're from 50 to 20. So a lot of the ORB traders who just went short on the break are getting rewarded. Market is in sync on the short side, and we are pushing. Yeah, the energy flow of this price action is just short right here. And we'll see the retesting here. Let's look at the big picture. So we had that captain set up. The market is in a trend going short. We had that captain set up short yesterday, and that's going to be a big deal. I mean, it is a big deal just seeing that, and a retest of it. We had a captain set up long here, and the market responded, failed that structure, and now retesting. So resistance, the market flipped here. So now what we're going to see is a retest of these highs like 215, 242. If we get to those levels, we just need to get, be careful trying to get long in these resistance levels. I mean, right now the market is just taking everybody to the middle of the range to retest. And they're doing it very fast. That's just amazing. Now let's look at the opening range too. This is the mids of the opening range, right? That's a resistance area. You break 190. You break 190, we should be jumping in on the short side. If we break 190 again. Now they have to do a little bit more. They have to go at 82. So what we want to see here is a rejection, and we're not seeing it yet. Here you go. Okay, that's the rejection. So we want to see a push. I'll try to see if I can get 22. Well, I ain't gonna give it to me. That's for damn sure. Yeah, not gonna give it to me. All right, cancel that order. Market is out of sync. We got a rejection. And the interesting part about this rejection is where it happened. In the middle of the range of the ORB. So what did they do? So any ORB traders are just gonna simply just go short at 147, right? They're gonna get paid all the way to 90 if they're scalping it. If they're overstaying their welcome, they're just getting rolled over into that push. So they're gonna take him to the middle of the range, then pull it back again. And that's pretty much what they've done. Market is back in sync, in and around the whole number. Okay, excellent, excellent. So nice push to target number 4. we have a 290 target, and we're at the top end of the opening range. We need to see, if we're gonna like reassume the shorts, we need to see a structural break, and we're not seeing it right now. So we need to start trading under 221 in order for us to reconsider the shorts. So location wise, that's the bottom end of this captain setup, and that's gonna be a bit of a resistance, but we still need to see people come in and try to short this. We don't see them right now. Now we're at the top end of the ORB range and the opening range. So 290 coming up. If it fails here, then that is a problem. Yeah, they're failing it. Let's see. Let them run it back up a little bit. Fast price action. We got 3 minutes to the top of the hour. I mean, look at that. Like literally at the top end of that range, and boom, to the middle. Very fast action here. That's the top end of that range, top end of the opening range. Is just, and they responded. They're crushing it. Next target is 165. Man, that's amazing. You're going from one end to potentially the other here, all the way down to 150. The amount of people that you are crushing with this type of move is amazing. Now you're taking the stops right under. And do you know what they're going to do? They're going to run the stops here and bring it back up. That's what they're going to do. I know, bro. That 151, they're trying to hold it. That's running the stops right here. Well, here we go. Here you go. They're taking the stops and they're trying to nibble on some of this stuff. So if that price holds with a higher low, they're gonna flip the script on everybody and run it to 220. There you go. It's not like we can't see them coming. Hey Joseph, up to 100 for the day. Good man. Man, I had one hell of a trade early on. Sorry, I had one hell of a trade early on. Made 160 points in Nasdaq. I'll show it to you guys a little bit later. I'll show you the setup because the setup is that if you ever see it anywhere, anytime on those higher Rinko values, you just jump in and hold on. So once the market slows down a little bit, we'll go over that trade. But see that 220? I mean, we're coming up to that level, right? So what do we have here? I mean, we have a market that faded. They're just trapping ORB traders. They give him a chance right here, and then just swiped everybody up. Give him a second chance in the middle, and they rolled him all the way up there. Anybody that tried to go long in the breakout got swiped all the way back down to the bottom end of that range, and now they're just playing that game again. Market is in sync on the short side. What do you do? Right now, structurally, the market is short again, and look how far they came in very close to the top end of the reversal and brought it back in. So target is going to be 115. As long as we don't close above 174. I mean, they're making a higher low here. Yep. And the short coverings begins again. Same spot, pretty much. Same spot. And that's a higher low. So the stop is 147 for a 20 reversal. And that would be a counter trend trade in a fast environment. So I'm not gonna take it, but I'm gonna look and see how the market is behaving here. Now the market is out of sync. If they flip back to 156, then we have a shot at a breakdown. Okay, so that should start breaking. That's a spot where they can short cover again. So you got to be. I mean, this is very careful. Like, this is not necessarily the spot to go short or long. You don't want to go short on the break. I mean, there's a reason to fade the market to the middle of the range, but there's weakness in this market. So I rather go higher and short into a failure versus trying to go long here or trying to get short if it fails. If that makes any sense. Because that's a major inflection point. Let's assume they short cover and go to 192. If they go to 192, that produces a captain setup long on the 100 NT Rinko, and that is a significant event. So watch out for the 192. The 192. See, the problem is also the 192 is in resistance too. So it's not like, once they get there, I'm automatically going to go long or anything like that. I'm going to just look for a pullback and see if they put another higher low for a push toward 214. So that's the signal right here, right here. Look the location, the same location as the captain setup switch trade. That's the trade that I took early on, and I ended up making shitload of money on that one. They're doing it same location, so let's see if we can find an entry here. Jesus Christ, here we go. Not. All right, let them pull back, and we'll look for an entry. I guess I needed to buy that pullback and just kind of go for it. Liquidity. Yeah, yeah, you got to take your markets, but you're getting bigger targets. We are definitely getting bigger targets. So if you can find a reason to stick around, you should. I mean, from that captain setup 92, we're about 60 points into that. I'm sure Becca is all over this one. Safe took it for 25 points. Good for you, buddy. I mean, captain setup is a captain setup. Same price capped? I know, I know. Like, what's wrong with me? I should have been all over this one. How did Becca do on this one? I'm almost sure that you jumped in. we're in the middle of the range on the ORB. Okay, so that's a spot where they're and basically they tried to trap a bunch of people here, and they did. Look what they just did here. See that one candle reversal right there, and they flipped it and ran it back up. That's a trap for the shorts. Now, if they flip it back again and close lower, they have another shot at it. But I feel like there is a bit of a move. Well, here you go. I mean, yep, they're trying again. They're trying again. Market is out of sync. It is a line in the sand for them, but I think if the market is gonna stutter here, that would be an amazing behavior. That would be a captain set up long at 239.50. I mean, excuse me, a switch trade at 239.50. So what does that mean? That means they put the captain setup and they put the switch trade, and we have a potential of going to 265, then break out from that structure to targets in 300 and 360, 360. Here we go. I mean, holy crap. Okay, let's play this game. Let's play this game. It's a little bit volatile, so I need to like figure out a way to get in there without risking too much. I mean, let's see what I can do. I need to get in here. I need to get in here before they run it up. Damn it. They're gonna run it up. The same structure, man. Same damn structure. Like where do I get in here? It's running, so I'll be chasing. Like you have to be super aggressive to buy up here. Yeah, they're not gonna film me. If they film me, I don't want it at this point. But see that structure, how the market stuttered? Literally stuttered. I mean, this exact same thing. It's just the way they did it is a bit different, and the structure of the market was just. I mean, this should be a case study in Captain Setup switch trades on a bigger Rinko bars, because that is just. So this is the trade I made 160 points on. So over 3 grand. And they repeated that same structure right here. Anytime you see a captain setup switch trade on 100 NT Rinko, 200 NT Rinko, hell, if you see it on a 20 NT Rinko, that is your baby. Market is gonna be running. I gotta cancel these orders in. I'm not gonna get filled. Interesting day. So think about trapping. Like how if somebody's gonna get trapped, how would they get trapped, right? So the shorts are getting trapped initially right here with this move. I get it. But if you really wanna fade and trap bunch of longs, uh, run up above the ORB and reverse to 87, and then and go 75 and flush. That's how you trap those people. So you trap the longs, and now literally ran the stops under 74 and flipped it. So you trapped the shorts. Because a lot of traders will literally, if they're trading ORB, they're doing this. They're going long right there. Same thing when they, running the breakdown. They are going short right there. Here at the beginning of that move, they got rewarded, but they got failed multiple times around those areas. So you see a lot of this online where a lot of retail traders will trade the breakdown of ORB, and we're going to be doing the exact opposite of what they're doing. In the right condition, that is. Target is hit. Next target is 365. So the average stop in this range is 14 points. Average noise is 10 points. The bulls are dominating this narrative right now. It's a break. So they trap these longs, then they trap these shorts back up into a move. Market is in sync on the long side. Let's take a look at this structure. There's a bunch of stops sitting right above 377. So the market could tag these, run it up to 400, and come back in. And this captain setup switch trade is the big one. I mean, look at that bad boy. On a swing trade basis. Let's talk about ES a little bit. We haven't talked about ES yet. A lot weaker. This is a lot weaker than NQ, and by a lot. We're about to go into a captain setup short on the 50 NT Rinko, so watch out. That's a captain setup short right here. So watch for a fade back to 300. Yeah, watch it. So they're trying. Okay, let's go back to it. That's a captain setup, one candle that you have to fade here. Okay. So they're trapping. They're trapping the shorts. They're trapping the shorts here. Not much movement off that short formation. Another trap. Okay. 58. Yeah. Here you go. I'm gonna take a shot at it, guys. We'll see what happens. If they stop me, they stop me. Actually, my stop is right here. That's where my stop should be. Okay. Let's see what they're gonna end up doing here. I mean, I understand the market is long, but you're getting double captain setup on the 50 NT Renko. That should get us into the 40s, 30s as a retest. I'm taking one off to help with the trade, and let's see if I can get a push into the 40s, and I'm out. Thank you. And be honest with you, I am letting it go a lot easier or a lot sooner than I should. But it's just one of those things where I need to just pocket because I'm counter trending here. I'm counter trending. So I don't want to overstay my welcome, but I know I'm giving it away a lot earlier than I should. So what's the rationale? I mean, you put a captain setup 50, you put another captain setup right next to it. I mean, I'm just gonna jump in there, and they stop me. I'll take my chances with that type of setup. It's a good one. So this is a big pivot point in the market. We're testing Harmony Zone number 2. So we're back to the break point of this whole structure. So right here, I mean, that's the 289 area. So if the market flips back up and closes at 322, that's a sign that we should be, going back up. The 6 prong captain set up long. The market is firming up here. We should be going higher to 340 if this captain setup holds up. Yeah, they have to hold it right here. Yeah, they couldn't. Yeah, they flipped the switch on everybody on that one. That's violent. That is violent. Man, my short up there from 50 all the way down to 70, like 50, 70 points. 70 points. How is everybody doing, by the way? Where are we at? Marty up 1600. Safe is loving the action. I like it. It's a market we can understand, right? Up 318 on few PAs. Okay. Safe up 1500. Good for you, brother. That's a big deal. I'm up 3,500. All right, so it looks like we're doing good. Let's see how's YouTube, my YouTube doing. Uh, 420. Which one do I choose to enter? So ultimately, entry is for risk control, and risk control is the 20 NT Renko. That's the one that we get into. That's the actual candle. But the logic is a combination of understanding structure, and it starts with understanding the 200 and the 100. So those two charts at the bottom left corner of the chart. When they align, then we're looking at other charts like the 70 to confirm, then the 20 to enter. Make sense? The more you see it, the more you will understand the flow of logic into execution. When for example, when the market slows down a little bit, the logic is the logic. I mean, it's you're understanding market structure, so those same charts are always in. We're always looking at them to understand what the market is doing, and if the market for whatever reason is slower, then I'll go even from 20 in for execution from 2010, which is this chart. I'll go to lower charts like 12.6 and execute if the market's slow. But the understanding of market structure is always going to be the same. What's the 200 doing? What's the 100 doing in relation to the 200? Is the 70 in alignment of those two? And then you go to execute. You execute for 20 to measure risk. Market slower, I'll go 12.6. I mean, if it's slower than that, I may, I may go even smaller. Look at this thing. This is wicked. So we're rejecting against harmony zone number two. So harmony zone number two is resistance. Overall structure, the market is coming into. This is the ORB trade. The traders are coming into this level and punching back up, trying to figure out if they have support. And then they're running into resistance. So this is support. The top end of this range is resistance. And most likely we're going to come in and chop up around the whole number. So this candle most likely is going to close at 314 if this type of behavior continues. Here it comes. Clockwork. market is in sync on the short side with stop runs controlling the narrative here. So we have resistance with a high and a lower high against harmony zone number one resistance. We faded it through the 14, came back in to retest. So as long as we don't break anything above 350, the sequence of events here can lead to lower prices below 300. We're stuck in this range right now. So they're going to spend some time trying to chop people up. Yeah, see, 350. Here we go again. Stop runs. The issue here is this. Switch trade, switch trade. That is a strong behavior. If we ever see switch trade on the 20 NT Rinko, we're typically all over that, buying at 340 and looking for a run up. So the market put that structure, so the stop to that idea is 302, and the target of it is 365 and a breakout higher with this type of formation. So that puts me on a pause from trying to get short this market. Now, if they end up breaking 303, then that's a different story. But what they're doing right here is just accumulating for a run. And a target is 369, then you have a target of 392. And we should be seeing that happen fairly quickly here. We don't want to see 330 break. So if we see 330 break, then that is a pause to that idea. Switch trade, switch trade. They're trying. They are trying here, man. Here we go. So resistance is still holding, barely. $314 needs to hold, $330 needs to hold. All right. Here they come. It's a battlefield for sure here. The 330 got to hold. That's the bottom line here. Like, I don't want to necessarily get involved in this type of price action. Let them figure it out. Go above 365 or go under 315. Do one of these two things. The interesting part is average stop in this rotation is 18 points. Average noise is 12 points. So it's not necessarily a market that's is too expensive to trade, but it's definitely non-directional here. You'll get markets where the average stop is like 30, 35 points with noise in the 25s. That's an expensive market to trade. Here it's not. Above average noise here. A lot of overlapping price structures where they make a move, they roll it over, run stops, come back to retest it. That is just the definition of anticipation and chop. And we need to undertrade this environment big time. Because you'll be guessing here. Yeah. You'll get better price action under 315 or above 365. Captain set up short on the 50 NT Rinko. So that's one formation that is supporting the negative structure. Yeah, here goes the 14. Okay. So now the market is back in sync on the short side. We will look for rallies to short into this market against the structure of a captain setup 334 to 53. And we'll see where we can capture a trade into the 290s. I'm taking it right here, and thank you, thank you, thank you, and I'm out. That's $400 right there. And it's gonna go even further, but see, that's the key right there, is to see the market actually make a decision versus getting chopped up in noise in anticipation of a decision. So when the market broke down below the 14th, the market came into alignment and into harmony. And then the market has just made a decision, and I'm following that decision. Congrats, Marty. Good job, buddy. Good work. All right, guys. So that's my decisions that I made today. We made one trade was for 3 contracts. So basically, 4 decisions um, for 36.58. And there's more to come. I mean, this market is giving, so we're gonna keep on trading, keep on taking. The big trade was that Captain Setup switch trade early on. That was what the 3 contract trade, and that last trailer was a big winner for 1,400 on 1 contract. Then we're scalping during the session. That's the last trade we just did at almost 400 bucks, 355, and the market is still going. So watch out for this location where we at right now, because we are in the middle of the range on the 200 NT Rinko. So a reversion to the mean trader will come in, and they start playing around with these levels right here, from the 50s all the way to the 30s. That whole range, um, on stop runs, we may start seeing accumulation of some traders. So we want to see if they succeed or fail based on price action. Right now, the market is in sync on the short side. So I'm not necessarily going to go long, but I'm going to be looking at a behavior where the market breaks 80. So if we do break 80, guess what they've just done? They put on a captain setup long on the 70 NT Rinko. That's a buy signal. So that is a proof that here you go. They're listening to me today. That's a captain setup long on the 70 NT Rinko, and we're gonna probably go and retest 300. Um, we don't want to see 47, right? Just remember, the market is out of sync here, and there's also something different is happening. This captain setup on the 50 NT Rinko failed. So there is a bit of a trap that they set up for the shorts right here between that 85 and that 58. Here they come. There's definitely a buying interest here. There you go. See how they did that? Okay, so this is important what they just did here. We're gonna be looking for another short in this market. We just need to cover that 300, let them run it up a little bit, and then we'll take a shot at it. They're gonna flush this lower. Take a look. Take a look at what they just did, Becca. Look at this double captain setup. So captain setup long into the captain setup short. They always favor the second captain. So that is where, yeah, you took it. I knew you're gonna take that one. I was like, man, that's just a classic one right here. Yeah, we're gonna get potentially a big move out of this one. Let's take a look at ES. ES reversing. Um, you have a stop of 74.68. We have a target at 74.35. Then on a break, that could lead to a push toward the 7400. That's a big target. But the structure that we're seeing here is a negative structure with a stop above 67 and a quarter. Seventy eight. If we break 78, then rallies are shortable. I mean, rallies are showable right now anyway, but that would start a formation that could flush us down to the 50s. 78. There'll be a captain setup switch trade short on the 70 NT Rinko. Yep, yep. Now looking for rallies to short into 78. Look at that flush. They're not going to give us a chance to get in, are they? Look at that bad boy. When is the last time the market did this number? Captain setup into another captain setup into a switch trade. 78. That would get us closer to 50 and break down with momentum. Hey Nexus, how are you, buddy? I'm just gonna take a 5 minute break. I'll be back. Hey, Nexus, I just saw your message. My Twitter, let me take a look. Do I trade manually or automated? I'm automating a lot of these signals that you're seeing here, but I'm executing them right now manually. Um, if you need to contact me, I'll give you my email. Here you go. All right, so what are we dealing with here? What we're dealing with is a reversion to the mean bounce, and that bounce actually yielded a captain setup long on the 100 NT Renko, and the market responded to it. Now they're back down to retest it. Now, let's assume the market flips back up and go to 14. 314 will be a switch trade, captain setup switch trade, similar to this one and similar to the one before it. That's the big one that I got involved into for 160, 160 points. The market here gave us even more. And if they go do it again one more time, then the 1550 pullbacks are buyable with a stop against 78 and a target of 41 as a first target. Then we have a breakout target. So with a stop under 77. So we're watching that very closely. If we end up going above 315, that will get us to act. It looks like they want it. Looks like they want it. We'll see. $77, okay. We should see a break here. Here it comes. Another one safe. Another one. Can you believe that? Oh, you're in it? Yeah, good for you. Next target is 65. 65. Pullbacks are viable on a swing trade basis. We have a captain set up. Look how many times we had this bad boy. And this can be a massive, massive move coming up. Captain set up switch trade. Captain set up switch trade. Captain set up switch trade. Boom. You're getting big moves off of these ones. Next target is 365 coming up. Safe. Hold on to this trade for multiple closes, because when we hit this level here at 65, we're gonna get another rotation to challenge the 81, which will push us into the 90, 93, and 93 is a good spot for an exit. So mark that, 93. These bastards are fading it. We need to close above 41 for the resumption of the momentum. Now they're coming down to retest harmony zone number 1. So if we go 41 and pull back, I'm looking for an entry as a resumption to that push towards 65, and from 65 to 93. If we start breaking anything under 300, then that whole structure is in the whole idea is pausing. Issue. Yeah, I know, bro. That thing is gold mine today. I should be a little bit more greedy and just jump on a lot of these setups, but I already hit my nut for the day, and you just didn't want to be greedy, but sometimes it's screw it, go all in. I know, bro. I mean, they're pulling it. Did you have multiple contracts or no? Did you pocket some money on at least one of them? Because you were in the profit big time. Oh, you made 1K? Good for you. You're going for the kill today. All right, Nexus. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it, man. You're targeting the 404. Yeah. You're gonna get it, be honest with you, but it just, the market it's not a smooth market. So it's coming in, retesting, holding, running back up. They're dumping a bunch of people along the way. If you're looking at it from the structure point of view, really what the market is doing is just captain setup, switch trade, the same type of setup. Boom, you're getting to 360. Then retesting. Now we're back in sync, and now we're gonna go back up and challenge the 60s, and then we'll go to the 90s. So the market is just playing games. We get it. We understand it. Even if we did nothing but go from 316 to 361, that's plenty of money. Yeah. You don't want to see 300. I tell you that much. We don't want to see 300 here. 300 will shift the personality a little bit, a lot actually. Hey, Nexus, are you still out there? So what are we looking at here? Distribution. I mean, we had actually a signal here, which is a captain set up short after a captain set up long. So that whole formation was a long into a short. It favors the short, and that market just kind of kept on going with that signal. Now, if we go up to 90, which it looks like we're about to here in a few seconds, if we do, then that will set the stage for a retest of the break from the opening range, and then the market can go past 300 to 310, 320 potentially if we break that 90 against that low of 70. Here it comes. The market right now is in sync on the short side. So that is just the pockets of buyers stepping in. Yep. And it can be significant. Like if they hold on to it here on a pullback, we're going to see 315, 325, and then the market can retest the downward pressure again. Yeah, no love on that one. So they failed that structure into, let's take a look here. Market is in sync on the short side here. And this is the mids of the opening range, which is support. That's actually kind of amazing that they just sold that off. So that's long into a short, and that whole structure is a short into a buy signal that failed. And then you're coming to run the stops right under this 40, and that will take you to, the 200 to the 220, and the market like will make a stand here of a pullback, and if they make a higher low here, then that would be something interesting to play around with. All right, so the market is bouncing right back up here. We're gonna hit 290 here in a second. Once we do that, then pullbacks become viable on a swing trade basis, and we're looking for 314 and potentially higher if we break that 290. All right, guys. So it's 11 o'clock. That's pretty much it for me. Excellent day. Capitalized on big moves, made some money. Um, and we're going to call it morning and do this again on Monday morning. That's it. Have a good one. Take care, Becca. Sheila, safe. Good job, safe on good stuff today. Nexus, Joseph, David. Everybody, take care.